Hey, welcome back. Before we really get into this episode, Q and I want to talk about some of the things that are happening out in the world, which is typically something we don't do on this podcast. We spoke a little bit about happenings in the world last episode, but we do want to recognize the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Wherever you stand on the fence, on the political side, this is a free country and freedom of speech needs to be protected at all costs. And it was tragic and horrific what took place, what happened to him. In America, Q, it's a place where we can have a discourse, where we can truly not agree with someone. And that's okay. Yeah. Not agreeing is okay. Debating is okay. Trying to find the right solution, understanding where someone else is coming from is okay. And acts of political violence is always just, it's horrific. It really is. And our hearts are grieved by what took place. Our prayers go out to his family, his wife, his two children. We pray that he's just comforted. They're comforted. We pray that they're comforted during this time.
Yeah. I think people very underestimate, I guess that they tend to be numb to it in this day and age.
Right.
As me and Armin lost two family members over the summer.
Yeah.
And so I think people need to understand that, pain is pain. And it's one of the most difficult pains ever. We have, two kids without a father. We have a wife without a husband. We have, there's parents out there without a son right now.
Right.
And that's the humanity of it. That's really all that needs to be said in the sense of, this is just a tragedy. Yeah. I don't want anyone to go through that type of pain.
Yeah.
Even regardless if they agree with me or not.
Right. There was a lot of things I didn't agree with what Kirk would say sometimes, but I mean, watching him get killed like that just turned my stomach. It was like a horror movie.
I don't want that on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
It was just not right.
No.
It was evil.
And we're Christians. And so, we believe in nonviolence. We believe in calling out when something is wrong, and people mocking this situation, or if you didn't agree with his political views, hating on him. It's just wrong. It's wrong. But there's no need for that. There's no call for that,
I also do want to say people grieving Charlie Kirk, doesn't mean they're not grieving the other tragedies that have happened around this time. I know that because he had strong political views and he had a sway over younger men, that his tragedy is being put on the front page.
Right. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean people aren't grieving, like the senators that just passed, the stabbing of a certain woman,
right?
Nor the recent shootings. That's just because they're grieving this front page doesn't mean that we're not aggrieved as a people, as a country, about what's going on. Yeah. It doesn't in
our country.
It doesn't lower anything else. I also, to me, I don't think it doesn't help anyone to be like, well, this also happened too. I've been seeing that. Yes, it did. And it was terrible. They don't take from each other. This isn't like
I know. I don't know that why people feel the need to say, oh, this happened and that happened. It was tragic what happened to Charlie Kirk. It was tragic what happened to the young woman from Ukraine on the bus station, or on the train.
It doesn't take from any tragedy. It's all terrible. It's all
disgusting.
None of this should be happening.
Yeah.
Period.
It's a terrible thing.
It's not a slice and dice or that's noise.
Right.
We as a people, as Americans, need to come together and be better.
We do. We really do. And I hope this is an opportunity for us to find some really in a very divisive atmosphere, find some common ground on, this is America. We believe in the freedom of speech. America is not perfect, but I do believe it's the best country in the world.
America is meant for, I'll asterisk a little bit, everyone peaceful,
Yeah.
right? And peace, it can be still peaceful and people not agree with you.
Yeah.
It just takes work. It takes conversations. It takes respecting the other side, and it takes not looking to be offended. Because if I look to be offended, I could be offended every day pretty easily. I don't. I'm just not the type of person I am. I want to see people win. We want to see people win.
Yeah.
This
absolutely.
whole podcast is about encouraging and uplifting others to find their dreams, their arts, their passions, and to push that to the forefront of their lives and to celebrate them. So that doesn't have a political side or a racial side or
the only person I agree
like
with 100% is Jesus.
Is Jesus Christ.
Jesus the Christ.
Yes. Yeah. He's got it every time. That's the only time you'll see me really. Now, I think you guys see me fanboy a lot on here, but that's the only time y'all see me ride or die. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's our non-negotiable. Luckily, everyone can come to Jesus. So
yeah,
our non-negotiable is still all inclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
When you're talking about who Jesus truly is.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, one last time, my prayers.
Yeah, our hearts are grieved. Our prayers go out to the family. Our prayers go out for this whole country. And our prayers go out that, we're praying against this divisive atmosphere that we've been living in as a country. And I know that there's a lot, we're not going to get into every issue and all the different things that people are split on, but we are still one country.
Yeah.
And we all have to work together to continue to make this country great for all. So,
yeah. And I only need to agree with 1% of what someone's saying. They believe Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior. I'm never going to be pumped on a Christian dying.
No, never.
It's not going to happen.
Never.
Sorry.
Never.
That's the only thing you really need to agree with me is that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins and he came here to save all of us and he did the ultimate sacrifice and he is Lord.
Right.
That's really all I need for us to be able to, you could disagree with me on everything else and I'd still be,
right.
You can still eat dinner just out of that sheer fact alone, because that's the only thing that really matters at the beginning and end of the day.
A conversation that we had off camera was talking about where people's political beliefs and ideals kind of supersede their Christianity.
Yeah.
And I think obviously you believe what you believe politically, take a stand where you feel that you should. And this is the country where you can.
Yes.
Without being persecuted.
Yes.
Is the idea. And, but I think as a Christian, we're called to be Christ first.
Yes.
And sometimes the two can be conflated. Sometimes they coincide. Some political values do coincide with the Christian perspective. But at the end of the day, we're Christian first. And Christ was able to speak to everyone.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't trying to overthrow Rome. He was trying to overthrow the strongholds in people's hearts and minds.
Right. Are we loving our neighbors as ourselves? Are we doing that?
Me and Armin are.
It doesn't feel like there's a lot of people loving their neighbor
as themselves.
There's no
love the Lord your God with all your heart.
Are we forgiving people? Are we eye for an eye, or are we about forgiveness? I think
we started this podcast talking about second chances.
Right. Yep.
And redemption.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
being redeemed. So,
and we're not saying that just because you forgive someone. If you see something that's wrong, that you feel is wrong, stand up and say it.
Call it out.
Call it out. Yeah. Be stand in truth and be strong about your beliefs. But I think human life, it's not that I know human life is sacred.
Yes.
It is the most sacred thing on this earth. Human life is the most sacred, precious thing on this earth. And I think, I feel that the younger generation are losing sight of that.
Yeah.
I think maybe because of social media, I don't know, the internet, that you can say whatever to somebody, it seems like we're kind of losing that. Like if you're not on my side or if you don't agree with me, then you're trash.
Yeah, how are you
It's
going to
kind of
pull
like the vibe that we're in?
Maybe the
which is
Anakin
crazy.
Skywalker, if you're not with me, then you're against me.
Right.
They say a lot of Sith mentality stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just not right. One of my best friends to this day, we grew up 2 different households, 2 different perspectives, 2 different outlooks, and we butted heads a lot.
Right.
And we had different political views for most of our lives and all types of stuff. If you look back at my memories, I probably respected him more than 95% of everyone else I knew. And even because he carried himself with integrity, intelligence, honesty. We disagree on a lot of stuff. He's always had a big heart for people.
Right. Yeah.
He's one of his own biggest critics, even to this day. Shout out to you. You might know who you are if you listen in. But there's just admirable traits and qualities. I can find respect in that. And that was one of my closest friends. We could disagree on a bunch of stuff and then play video games all day together, still crack jokes with each other. And we weren't easily offended by one another. And to this day, we're not. This guy, right. he knows he can come up to me and come out of left field saying something and we'll just have a good conversation. And I think that on the greater populace, at least from what I've seen, has been lost.
Right.
Which is a shame. And I think America is better when that is there. Because you're not infallible. Everything you think might not be 100% right or the best course of action for everybody. But we should have a certain love for inalienable rights and truths.
Yeah.
And peace and protections for people.
Right.
And one of them, the number one being, we've talked about this, freedom of speech. Without freedom of speech, America can't be claimed to be the land of the free and the brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
freedom
cornerstone.
Of speech it's invaluable.
Yeah.
It really is. It's crucial. Freedom of speech is crucial.
Yes.
And we can't lose sight of that.
No.
In the midst of our, the political atmosphere.
The way that person took away Charlie Kirk's voice was an attack on everyone's voice.
On everyone's voice.
Every podium, every side.
Yes. It was an attack
on everyone's voice. So you got to understand that.
Yeah.
The way in which it was done, the location, that was an attack on America's voice.
Right. Yeah.
So we got to look at the bigger picture. I think that's another reason why a lot of people are so incensed, especially with his specific tragedy, is because it was an attack. Not to say that other tragedies don't have meaning, and I'm not trying to marginalize them because they're not. I grieve. My heart and my soul grieves.
I think just for perspective's sake, like he was very popular.
Yeah.
Extremely popular in this world. And if you're popular in this world, that means you've had a profound effect on people, on many people.
Good and bad.
Yeah. And the people he had a profound effect on, just watched. It was
gruesome. It was an execution,
right?
Assassination in real time.
Assassination. Watched him get assassinated. So I mean, I get it. Like even if you're
not everyone's,
however you might have felt about the man's political views, I mean, I don't think you could say it seemed like he believed everything he said. He didn't seem like he was fake about it, like trying to manipulate a group of people or anything like that.
A lot of people don't get it all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was young, still growing, still learning, still seeking truth, still willing to have conversations where a lot of people aren't willing to have conversations.
Right.
So until you're ready to have a conversation, I don't even know if you can speak on his on anything he says because you won't even go to the table.
Right.
So
I would have liked to debate him on a few
I would have
things.
loved to debate him. Yeah. I think I would have, I love the art. I studied argument and debate in college. I was kind of obsessed with it for a little bit because, I think Armin likes this too, but like, when the forefathers were building this country in the early years of the country, politics, everything was the debate. Whether it was through penmanship, writing an argument, or being at a town hall, it was like, not only was it sensational, it took courage. You put your ideas out there. You could be proven wrong in front of a group of people. Then the newspapers would go crazy. It was a real art to it, and it was honorable back then.
Right.
It wasn't the spectacle that it's made of, the presidential debates and whatnot now. That was where the meat was. It wasn't posting a policy that you're going to do online or shooting out a bunch of ad dollar propaganda. It was men and women bearing their hearts and what they believed in and saying, hey, I'll die on this hill. This is, and then letting the people decide. So it was like purer than what we do now. So for that alone, I had a lot of respect for Charlie Kirk putting himself out there and having the conversation, because that's what America needs. America needs conversations, and I think everyone can agree on that. You're not going to convince people of your points without the conversations.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to be a two-way street, and then
or help them understand your point.
Yeah.
Without
the conversation,
the ability to have that conversation. So it
can't just be you throwing facts at people.
Right.
You got to have a conversation. You got to meet them as other human beings.
Right.
We're people. We're all people.
Yeah.
So from that alone, I had a massive respect for the guy.
Yeah. Conversations in good faith.
In good faith.
Yeah. In good faith.
You got
in good faith.
Or
9/11 was this week.
Yes.
I hope that we can take this time to reflect and adjust as a country.
Yeah.
That's what I would hope. Like that we could take this time to adjust and reflect as a country and grow from this point.
Yeah. I also want to just honor, I have another close friend of mine who's the LA firefighter, and he's a hero to me. He knows that. He's a hero to me. He's a hero to my family. And I just want to honor a lot of unsung heroes that risk their lives every day.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if, for those of you who aren't close to a paramedic or a firefighter, they're on the front lines of the most, especially in the inner cities.
Right.
I've been told true stories about things you wouldn't think is happening every day. That's happening, that these people are fighting through a lot to keep people safe, to keep people away from harm.
Right. Yeah.
And all they carry is some flame-proof gear. They don't normally carry weapons except that cool axe, and it's not meant to hurt people. So they're saving lives every day, and they don't ask for thanks. They don't even usually ask for recognition. A lot of firefighters are really unsung heroes until they pass, and I'm telling you, they're saving lives every day. I just want to honor, these unsung heroes, these regular citizens that are really super citizens, and I truly appreciate you, all of you. Thank you so much for everything you do every day. You know?
Well said, Q. Well said. So I think, just in closing, I hope that we can get to a point where people can learn how to not agree again.
Yeah.
Because no one knows how to not agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like this thing in my head where like, that's like the whole thing, right? Like build such momentum that you win the person over. And I've come to find that the most diligent way to do that is to produce results, and with those results, with actions.
Right. Yeah.
That's what art is, an action that inspires the people around them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Art,
absolutely.
You're winning someone over when you evoke that emotion of whether it's awe. It's just like, it's therapeutic. That's why I like theater too. It's just therapeutic. But
absolutely.
That's winning someone over,
right.
So put in the work. Not everyone's going to agree with you off the whip. Okay, put in the work. Have the conversation. Create something so beautiful with your way of life and your way of thought that they can't help but think you're right.
Let your life be the testimony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let my life be a living testimony to what I believe and my ideals.
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
Close that integrity gap. That's my whole shtick. Close that integrity gap. Improve your beliefs.
Yes.
Have the conversations, and then let your actions and your fruit produce good fruit.
Yeah. Be the change you want to see.
Yes.
And I think people have lost that aspect of being the change they want to see.
Yeah. They want to talk about, be about it.
Yeah.
For all my brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
don't talk about it, be about it.
Right. So yeah, once again, we felt led to share our thoughts on this subject before we kind of got into the other things that we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
We started a Patreon, right, Q?
Yes, we did start a Patreon, and for a great reason.
Yeah, so we're developing a web series. The web series is about relationships, business relationships, romantic relationships, the creation of this production company and all the drama that was attached to it. It really highlights interpersonal relationships of all kinds. And it's about my life and Q's life and friends and family that are all kind of associated with everything that we've been up to. So we're excited about it.
Oh, absolutely. I was just thinking about it. And, you've seen a lot of wonderful stories of people overcoming and chasing after their dreams and becoming what their passions and heart desired. And to be honest with you, this is me and Armin's story. So we want to partner with you. We be partners with us, fellowship with us, be a part of our community, and watch our story, because our goal is to inspire and uplift you guys. With that story. So we want you to be, it's a contact sport out here.
Right.
Be hands-on, be with us in this. Come see the fruit we produce with the seeds you sow.
Right.
That's really it.
Yep. That's one of the things that we want to use contributions for, would be for that. And then we also want to upgrade the podcast. So if you have enjoyed it, if you want to see more of it, consider contributing, because this is just the beginning. We have so many plans and we want to share so much more with you.
A little buzzword, maybe after you check the Patreon, you claim that you're a thereafter, right?
Thereafter, right? Yeah.
It's a coined term. So, really distinguish Q my Winnie the Pooh with the monocle and my pinky up. But yeah, so I'm super excited. I know this is just the beginning, and we're really snowballing this thing.
Yeah. So the idea with this web series is eventually we want to start with this web series, but then we're going to be releasing short films. We're going to be doing indie features. So we're really at a point where we have the right crew, the right team, and we're building momentum. So we're super excited about it.
So when we're shooting out super movies, you can be like, yeah, I was in there.
I was at the ground floor.
I was like, y'all don't even know. Get off me. You guys are bandwagoners. Unhand me. So yeah, super excited. This is the best is yet to come, and the story is unfolding thereafter.
Yeah, absolutely. We also saw Highest to Lowest.
Yes. Holy moly, by the way. I remember Armin put it on and blind, and I didn't know about it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a workaholic, so sometimes you gotta forgive me. I was like, "Yo, can you tell me what's the theme or what's the general idea?" And he's like, "Nah." So I went into it blind, and thank you, Spike Lee. Thank you, Denzel Washington.
It was cool. I think this might be the last collaboration between Spike Lee and Denzel. So I think it's important to go see it. If you're a fan of Denzel, if you're a fan of films, I think, they've had a legendary collaboration throughout my life. So yeah, I'm definitely
he's always
the end of it.
He always puts on a show.
Oh yeah, and absolutely.
Boy, did he put on a show.
Yeah.
Boy
is
is
cool.
Boy was on in rare
so
form.
He's like a music producer that's kind of at the end of his career, who owns his own record label.
Yeah.
And he gets in over his head. That's basically the backdrop for the film. But what was one of the highlights for you?
We've talked about this off camera, but I'm still going to stick with my initial one, and then maybe we can bring out the secondary one later. But there comes a point in the movie where Denzel Washington comes face to face with his humanity again. He is a man that the people claim is a good man, a good king in the music industry. And he gets put in the pressure cooker, as me and Armin always like to say it. And once again, he has a choice to make. And him dealing with his own humanity. I loved it. Me and Armin joked that the choice is easy for us, but everyone has their own vices, right?
Yeah, it's interesting to
It's
to
a no,
see other people's
yeah.
sensibilities, of course.
It's a no-brainer for us, but I think a lot of people would. It's hard. It's really hard when you've gained the world, and you've gained it in a way that you did it with integrity, so you really feel like you earned it, and you're in your bag, and then you get presented with something where, okay, do I keep my integrity or do I keep the world?
Right. Yeah.
Right. That's the choice.
That was a cool part.
And so that really got. I just love those. Those are the moments. Those are the moments where. Those are moments when we get the chance to really step into who we were always meant to be, or we fall short and we gotta close that integrity gap.
One of the coolest parts for me was the freestyle part.
That was my second one.
When Denzel was like freestyling.
It was like an acting marvel, and it was it was so philosophical and poetic.
It really was.
And it was organic because it was they were ad-libbing.
Apparently they were ad-libbing
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't find that out till later, but that made me like it
because it seemed like it was pinned.
Yeah.
So shout out to A$AP Rocky. I mean, obviously, if anyone could do a freestyle, I mean, A$AP's way up there. I'm not gonna, but just like I didn't ever see him as an actor, and boy was smooth.
Yeah, he's been in a few things.
Yeah,
like
he pops up here and now, but
here
like,
and there.
It wasn't like, oh, Denzel Washington, here's this amateur. It was like Denzel Washington. Okay, A$AP.
I wonder if he wants to do more acting now.
I would love to actually see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Boy's got it.
He can act.
I'm a connoisseur, so I feel like I can.
Yeah,
I have the right to hate on him, and I don't want to. I like what he did. I don't want to. I think he did great. I think, a lot of people in our community might still be jelly that he bagged Rihanna, but maybe for good reason. Boy's got it. Talented man. He lived up to, anyone who can hold their own in like a room with Denzel Washington and acting, that alone gives you the street cred I need to be like, okay, I want to see more of you.
Right.
So I think that's like an interesting thing that came of that.
Yeah. There's other than Highest to Lowest, I mean, it was a very Spike Lee movie. If you've seen a lot of Spike Lee movies, as far as like the cinematography and shot selection.
He had his Spike Lee shots.
He definitely put his signature on it.
So if you're a Spike Lee enthusiast, you'll be like, yes, he gets you.
I think I wish, as far as Highest to Lowest goes, I might have touched on this earlier, or when we talked about it.
Yeah, but speak on it.
But I feel like there were certain aspects of it that I wish we got to explore more. And it was like 2 hours and 13 minutes, wasn't it?
It was pretty long.
I think I would have preferred this one as like a 8 episodes
episodic.
Yeah.
And I know that I won't call it like a gripe, but I think like a good note was there were certain shots in there where you're like, this is like cool, but I wish they used this time that we're using on this shot, which it's a beautiful shot and everything, but to give us more backstory, fill in a couple
more
things
about the characters.
because the characters are really interesting. I think because the characters were so interesting, it would have been cool to use some of those. I think I'll call them like cultural shots.
And maybe it was like a love letter to the Bronx.
Yeah.
They were in the Bronx. Yeah.
So like there was a love letter to the Bronx.
Aspects of it that like.
I know how New Yorkers get. So we get it. We're not ignorant. We get why he did what he did. But also, I mean, it's not our fault that the characters were written so well and they acted so well that they were so interesting that we would have loved some of those shots to be like background filled in. Your take on however you want to do that.
There's a lot of time spent on that parade.
I was trying to beat him to the punch so he didn't mention the actual scene. But yeah, that parade. We were like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But so like, how did he become named the king? That's kind of
right.
How did he get the nickname? I mean, they mention it a little bit. Like they like tease you and some stuff. But even like when they call back to one of the Grammy events, I would have loved to see that shot. And then walking red carpet and like somehow, I don't know, maybe because I'm such a music guy.
I think it was a fun film though, ultimately, right? Like it was like where it rates for me, it probably doesn't rate in like the top Spike Lee films. I would say it doesn't.
I think I just enjoyed.
But it was enjoyable.
It was very enjoyable. I also like kind of like the same thing we said in Sinners with genre switching or beat switching.
Oh yeah.
So from the beginning to a high-rise tower to, that the standoff.
They never, so they didn't switch to genres, but the
vibe,
the way they moved through the vibe of
the film because the vibe was kind of like the tempo change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So tempo change. But I think I'll argue with Sinners, the tempo changed as well. They just also used the genre switch to change the tempo.
Yeah.
So different techniques, obviously, but that, I like it. It keeps it fresh and it made it feel, when you're in a 2.5 hour movie and you're like, all right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, it didn't feel.
It didn't feel like that.
Yeah,
it didn't feel long, and I think the same.
I actually thought it was shorter when we first talked about it, and you were like, "No, I think it was like 2 hours and 13 minutes." I was like, really?
Yeah. Well, we were sitting in that parade for a while.
Yeah, that was the one part where I was like,
we were actual bystanders in that.
Like this.
I love the music in the parade. By the way, that's not our issue.
Got a lot of respect for Spike Lee and a lot of respect for Denzel.
Yes.
So.
It was a great movie. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, like I said, thank you, Spike Lee. Thank you, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
But just in movies in general, I think that's a cool, using those, however you do it, but using those, changing the tempo.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes longer movies more digestible.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think just working on the flow of a movie, you never want a movie to feel
like you're dragging through the mud, or
like it's like a part is too dragging, and you can sit in moments for sure, but there's ways to sit in moments where there's still so much tension, and Nolan is great at
Nolan's pretty good at it,
controlling the tension and flow of a film.
Nolan's great because he can. I like action. I read a lot of fiction, fantasy. Me and Armin used to just like sword fight when we were kids. I'm an action boy.
Yeah, and
Christopher Nolan's one of the few guys where he can put zero actual like physicality or fighting in a movie, and I'm enraptured.
Yeah.
Right. So that means
you can make it thrilling,
that means the musical scoring, shout out Hans Zimmer, musical scoring, shot selection, theme,
right,
and the conversations are that drawing.
Yeah, they are.
Like that means that every conversation or most conversations pull me in. Like in the Superman movie, the Clark and Lois interview. Right. Yeah. I didn't need him to punch a wall because I was like, they are eating this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they killed it.
So Christopher Nolan can do that with a whole movie.
Yeah.
That's a rare talent. That's really hard. That's not like there's other directors that can do that too. At the top of their game, and can just handle that. But like, he sticks out because he's putting out in the last 10 years, his body of work has been pretty.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
From 2015. When Batman Begins come out?
Before that.
When Batman Begins come out?
Like 08, I think.
So he finished the Batman trilogy in like what, 6-7 years?
Did it come out in 06?
He did the Batman movies. He did the Batman movies to establish that he's a top dog, so that he could do whatever he wanted.
He was killing it before that, though.
Yeah,
like Memento was a great film.
Oh yeah,
and that was like early 2000s.
But what did David say once? The Batman movies gave him the clout to just be able to take the reins and do whatever he wanted, like explore whatever he wanted to explore, and
it made people more willing to give him money.
To do what he wanted. I got sad because I was like, you're not making more Batmans?
Now, the next movie that I'm really excited about is that Leonardo DiCaprio film with Paul Thomas Anderson. And they're going to be like a great link up, and it's called One Battle After Another, but I think it's probably going to be a smash.
I'm always going to give the Wolf of Wall Street a chance. He's got me.
I'm always going to give the Wolf of Wall Street.
Leo's going to look at me. He's like, I'm not leaving. And I'm like, yeah. So he got me, dude. That. So Leo, big man Leo can, I'm going to go. He's going to get my money every time, even.
Yeah, I think it's a great cast. I think obviously the director's a beast.
It should be a good one.
It's going to be
how good? Film. That's why we're going to go see it. But it's going to be a good one for sure.
It's going to be a great film. I think. So circling back to the web series, we're trying to do 6 a year. So let us know how you want us to release them. I'm leaning towards releasing one after we finish So
you guys can see the quality and the time we're putting in these.
There's not going to be a real release schedule if we
Yeah.
do that. It's going to just be like as we finish them, we're going to be doing the podcast as well simultaneously. But then we'll be releasing these episodes online, or we could like release the first 3 and then release the second half. Or we could wait until we have all 6 and release them one week after another.
But we're putting the time in this. We got our movie lights. We got our cameras, our movie cameras.
Yeah, just let us know.
We're putting in the work for this one.
Let us know what would be most interesting to you. I think each piece is supposed to like have a statement. They're only going to be like 5 to 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
Not very long, but have a little statements in each one. So they should be able to like stand alone as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
you get different spotlights on different pieces of humanity.
And this is something we wanted to do like a year ago.
Yes.
We wanted to do it like a year ago, and finally everything came together for us to really like move forward with it. So yeah, it's one of the biggest things that I'm excited about. There's some other like short film / indie feature things that we're baking that I'm excited about too, but we won't be able to get that to you probably not super soon. So
if you want to speed it up, that's how you help partner with us with Patreon.
Yeah. So yeah, again, we're doing a lot of big things coming up here, and at the end for the end of this year and going into next year. So once again, patreon.com/thereaftermedia. Consider contributing, as well as like, subscribe. The likes really help push the channel. So continue to, I think our dog is sleeping right here. And
He
he's
had a
having
doggy
nightmares.
night terror.
Yeah. I don't know. Did that show up on your
Yeah,
on your
I heard
headphones?
it. Well, I got confused because he's silent. He's a pit bull husky, but he's quiet.
Yeah, super quiet.
He's a big dog, but he doesn't bark unless it's a siren because he wants to help. So I was like, what? I did not see that coming, but that means he's having a little doggy terror. You guys can think about him and send positivity his way.
Right. We'll have the link below for the Patreon, but yeah, like, subscribe, click the bell when you like, or if you comment, if there's something that you wanted to comment on, or you disagree with us or agree with us, feel free to comment. It just helps grow the page, and we'd
love to have the conversation.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing a lot of things coming up from here till the end of this year, especially. So we expect a lot of growth in that time.
Yeah.
So once again, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Till next time.
Peace.